Okay. Okay, thank you everyone for being here tonight with us and learning about health. Health is certainly a huge topic, and we are glad that we have a panel of people that can educate everybody who's interested in improving their health. So tonight, I'm very pleased to inform, especially those who have already tried and tested our product, and we welcome a new baby. We just give birth to a new product, and this is called Seawise. Right, the bottle is about the same as HL Span, right? And the reason is that I call it Seawise is because that omega is very essential in cognitive health, which is your brain health. And I learned it very early in life because when I was a boy, my father forced me to eat, cod emulsion oil. And it's a very painful process to swallow that. So when I design this supplement, I make sure that there's no ill-pleasant taste of, fish oil. So, and if you can smell, it smells very caramel smell. So, luckily we are able to do that. And if you buy a lot of omega oil on the counter, most likely you open up and it has a nasty, fishy kind of smell. So in this case, you don't. And in fact, Nancy chewed 4 capsules just now, and she hardly smelled the. Of course, when you have EPA and DHA, you have that kind of fishy smell, but it's not really bad that you cannot even swallow it. So and this is actually the formulation, right? We have astaxanthin. We have the complex form of vitamin E. We have vitamin D also. Grapeseed extract, hydroxytyrosol, which is a polyphenol from olive oil. And then the last one is a very powerful compound, which is called fucoidan. And so I'll go through the compound one at a time. So just before the biblical era, and you have the Mesopotamian, the Sumerian people, and they believe there's this crucial thing that they consume, which is called the tree of life. And until today, archaeologists and scientists, they are trying to find what makes these people live such a long life. And their lifespan is very crazy. It's about 4,000 or 5,000 years. And these people are able to live that long. And they also believe that they are their gods. But of course, I think maybe the flood, destroyed these people. They are huge creatures. And if you look at the tablets and all that, they have lions as their cat as a pet, right? So, and they believe that this tree of life. So a lot of people are trying to find out where can you find such a tree. So if you look at the tablet again, and you can see that this man here is going underwater, and he is going for this thing called seaweed, right? So this is a picture of this man called Gilgamesh, and his lifespan is about 9,000 years. So of course, the tree of life is not to be found on land, and is to be found underwater. And how do I know it? It's because that you can see these nodules. These are oxygen nodules that make the tree stand upright, right? And it makes this tree stand afloat. So, so as you can see here, a lot of the seaweed, right? They have this oxygen-containing nodules, and this makes them stand afloat. So we derive our omega-3 from this thing called algae, which is a kind of a seaweed. And if you look at life expectancy all around the world, you can see here that the Japanese and the South Koreans, they have the highest, the longest lifespan. And if you look at them, these are the people who consume a lot of seaweed. And of course, the seaweed contains omega-3, but other types of plants, it also contains omega-3. And the one that I know is, of course, purslane and perilla, right? Some companies are actually offering us to sell their perilla oil and also purslane. And purslane has high contents of omega-3. So not necessarily that you are, if let's say today, a lot of younger kids, 24% of them choose to be vegans. So we must think about their welfare also. And some of our friends are, of course, Buddhists and Hindus, and they do not wish to kill an animal to get the nutrition from the animal. So we extract the omega from seaweed, right? And as you know that, you always think that omega comes from fish, and there's also a company last time that they derive these pills, which is from sharks and so on, right? But the disadvantage of having omega from bigger fish is that you have a lot of heavy metals in them. And the process requires a lot of filtration of heavy metals of these oils. So what we do is that we get directly from the source, which is seaweed. Right? So seaweed contains EPA and DHA, which is omega-3. And as you can see here, seaweed diet prevention and treatment of neurodegenerative disease. So people who consume a lot of seaweed, they happen to have lesser neurodegenerative disease. And people who also eat seaweed, they also have lesser cardiovascular disease. And this is inside our PubMed or National Health Library. And you can see here, this Jeju divers, they are 90 years old sometimes, and they are physically active. And when they look at their muscular strength and their muscular body, their muscular body resembles like a 25-year-old lady, right? So the reason is they consume a lot of this thing called the brown seaweed, right? And this lady here, her name is Dr. Elizabeth Blackburn. And according to her, she did 2 medical reports. And according to her, if you take enough omega-3, your telomeres can actually be preserved instead of declining, right? And this lady was awarded Nobel Prize Award 2009. And the only, one of the ways that you can protect your telomeres from shortening is to have enough omega-3 consumption every day, right? So, and there's a lot of things that you can do on yourself to research how important is it to have enough omega-3 fatty acids to consume daily. And you can find this information, of course, in a prestigious place called NIH, right? National Institute of Health. So anything that you want to find out about health, there are many bloggers out there. But if you want to find concrete evidence on health, you should go to this place called NIH or PubMed or a similar kind of website. So what we also put is that we also put astaxanthin. So astaxanthin is the reason why the salmon can go up the hill and lay their eggs. And they are the only fish can do that. A trout look exactly like a salmon, but the trout can nowhere beat a salmon in terms of stamina and in terms of tenacity to climb up the mountains. So the reason why the salmon can climb up mountains is because they consume the seaweed found in only Hawaii, and this seaweed enables them to be super fish, right? And astaxanthin, as we know, is the most powerful antioxidant known to mankind. So besides putting in DHA and EPA, we also put the most powerful antioxidant in the world, which is called astaxanthin. So these are some of the health benefits of astaxanthin. 6,000 times more powerful than vitamin C, activates your immortality genes, which is called FOXO3 genes. And would you like to know more about FOXO3 genes, you can go to YouTube and type FOXO3 genes, Dr. Carol Grinder. So Dr. Carol Grinder is the person that, discovered this thing called FOXO3 genes. It's very important for your eye health, right? Especially those who are suffering from macular degeneration and other health issues pertaining to the eye. And it's very cardioprotective. So, lycopene is good for your heart, but astaxanthin is much more powerful in terms of a cardioprotective agent. And as you can see here, omega-3 based, there's evidence showing that it helps people with this thing called muscular dystrophy. Muscular dystrophy is a problem whereby kids are born, usually they can't walk. Their muscles are so small, so weak, and they are unable to walk. So it helps with people like this. And what actually also helps with muscular dystrophy is vitamin E. And but the vitamin E that normally is sold in the pharmacies are the one that is synthesized from petroleum, and this is called vitamin D-L-tocopherol, which is the analog form of vitamin E. They are not natural form, but we extract this from natural form, and it is a vitamin E complex, right? This helps with your endothelial cells, your arterial health, and of course your heart health, right? And we also put vitamin D because all of us are deficient in vitamin D, including people from Saudi, which they have sunshine almost 365 days, but they are also very deficient in vitamin D because most of us are either in the office or in the car, and we don't, go out to the sun, right? So if you lack in vitamin D, your immunity can be compromised greatly. And we put in grapeseed extract because grapeseed is a very important compound that I felt that I should put in. And as you can see here, it also can address to people with having leukemia, right? And as you can see here, induction of apoptosis into human leukemia cells by grapeseed extract, right? So we have a few members which have good results with our product that they're suffering from leukemia. And I hope those people with leukemia and all that should also take our Seawise, our new product. Now, the next compound that we put in is called fucoidan. So fucoidan is the active compound that is adding years to your life and also years to your health span. So this fucoidan actually can repair your kidney problems, right? So kidney issues can be improved if you take this thing called fucoidan. So they even have tested it on rats that have renal failure. So fucoidan can help to revive back their kidney. And this fucoidan, which is derived from Aclona cava, which is a seaweed that is found in Korea, and improve cognitive function with people with amyloid B plaque. And these people with amyloid B plaque normally suffering from dementia and Alzheimer. When they put in fucoidan into their diet, it seems to be able to reverse their health condition. And fucoidan also is a powerful antioxidant, and we put it in. So if you look at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, they actually recommend people with cancer to take fucoidan, right? And what do you call that? Fucoidan is also an immunomodulatory, which is very good for people having autoimmune disease. And fucoidan is very good for cardiovascular and cerebrovascular function. and it activates a gene called Citruin 6 genes, which helps to repair your DNA and and lengthen your telomeres. Fucoidan repairs brain injury from toxicity, right? So as you can see, and here's another article, Fucoidan activates Citruin 6 genes, right? And this is also another one. Activating Citruin 6 genes will extend healthy lifespan. So why not? We have these genes in our body. Why not we activate it through this compound called fucoidan, right? So it's also cardioprotective. It's anti-inflammation, right? So this Muhyiddin, later I'm going to ask him about his son, which has a lot of inflammation in the skin. And by taking fucoidan, his health start to improve. So it's neuroprotective, right? As you can see here, this fucoidan. It is also anti-cancer. It attacks cancer using different modalities. So what else can we eat, right? This is a superfood, super duper food. And according to the Japanese Cancer Association, they actually recommend people to take fucoidan because it causes apoptosis on cancer cells. Apoptosis means the cells explode. So only cancer cells explode, not every cell in your body. So this Japanese Cancer Association actually recommends people to take fucoidan to actually kill cancer cells. Okay, these are some of the health benefit of DHA and EPA, right? And which is, as you can see here, there's a long list, right? Weight prevention, weight management, cognitive function, and many other things. So it slows down aging, right? Okay, this is about makes tocopherol prevent memory tumorigenesis. That means prevent breast cancer, right? And here, omega-3 fatty acids and cardiovascular disease. It prevents people from getting cardiovascular disease. And here's another report saying that right, vegan omega is as good as the omega coming from fish. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the health benefit of grapeseed oil. So grapeseed oil has multiple benefits. It acts as anti-thrombotic effects of grapeseed, right? That means it prevents your heart from, your arteries from blocking. And here is anticoagulant. That means it prevents your blood from thickening, right? So grapeseed oil is really a remarkable phytonutrient. Okay, so these are some of the health benefits of grapeseed oil. It's anti-inflammatory. It prevents you from getting cardiovascular disease, hypertension, diabetes, cancer, peptic ulcer, microbial infection, and so on. So the list of health benefit from grapeseed is basically endless. And here it states that grapeseed extend longevity by improving multi-organ dysfunction, and they test it on healthy rats. Okay, what else did I put in? I put in this compound called hydroxytyrosol. So this is a compound coming from the leaf and the extract from the fruit of the olive, and it has a myriad of health benefit, including prevent cancer and diabetes, and it's antimicrobial. It activates Citruin 1 genes and NRF2 genes. And another thing that I just learned is that it activates another genes called UCP genes that is essential for people who are having obesity and diabetes. All right, so this is, as you can see here, the health benefit of taking the olive oil extract. Right, it's also cancer prevention, and so as you can see here, hydroxysterol potential use for cardiovascular disease, cancer, and even AIDS, HIV. Right, so this is going to be a wonderful product. I do not know if this is going to supersede our HL Span, but I think this is going to be an excellent product. Okay, let me go through the important stuff. Okay, what else? All right. So as you can see here, the fucoidan sold in the market alone, this is sold at $75 USD, right? Just fucoidan. And here, another one, which is fucoidan, is 66 euros, right? It's almost about 100 plus Singapore dollars. And as you can see here, this is sold in Singapore. Just fucoidan alone is $263. But we are selling it much cheaper. Nancy, how much is the price of one bottle of Seawise?
139.
Okay, the price of Seawise is sold as 139, and the offer is, Nancy Long?
Yeah, the same as Bigo, 3 for 359.
So 3 for 359.
Yeah.
All right. So as you can see, Nancy Long is a very kind-hearted lady, and we can position this product even higher than this, because this is only putting in fucoidan alone. But we are putting in fucoidan, astaxanthin, algal omega, vitamin E, which is vitamin E complex coming from nature, not the synthetic one, putting in vitamin D also, and the last one is grape seed extract, which is very good for beauty and also longevity. So that's all for my talk today, and I'm going to elaborate further my next talk. This is just for introduction purpose, because I know that attention span usually is about 45 minutes, and Dr. Adinata already took about 45 minutes. So any question that you want to ask me, I'm free and available now to answer your question.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Zul, for the whole presentations. Within a half an hour period, we have learned more than about superfood, more than 50 health benefit. I listed down, and oh my God, it is so it's so great that we have such product in D-Ways. And so to everyone on the floor, do you have any question to raise, please can ask and unmute and ask Dr. Zul.
Dr. Zul, can I ask for the Seawise?
Yes.
Per day, how many capsules we have to take?
Okay, recommended to take 2 a day. You can take it because if you're taking your HL Span and H-Stasis in the morning, this one you can take after your dinner, right? 2 capsules. 1 will be good, 2 will be better, right? But someone who have issues like cancer and so on, I think I can recommend them to take 4. Yeah.
And you were mentioning that this is also helps to clear the blockage, the blood vessels and blood thinning.
Yes, grapeseed extract is senolytic also. It helps to clear the arteries from blockages.
Okay, Dr. Nata, back to you. Just now you were saying that your tissue trauma, inflammation, and the tissue changes repair. From what you have listened to, Dr. Zul, does this help? That this product Omega helps to reduce your pain management?
Sorry, Dr. Hadi. Just
Apa?
1 second here. Can Dr. Zul stop sharing and then